is the flagship program of GWRIC. GWRIC, a popular organization, non-for-profit organization, which is also registered with Darpan under the Niti Aayog, which has been actively working for women entrepreneurs to help them achieve their ultimate goal, and in other fields such as water, sanitation, hygiene, health, education, project designing, and strategy development in the social development sector. Now, coming towards the quick introduction of today's event's jury members and the influencers, we have among us Honorable Mr. Lalit Khetan, a veteran with over 50 years of experience. Dr. Khetan is one of the pioneers in the Indian spirits industry. He provides the overall strategic direction to Radico Khetan. He has been instrumental in improving quality standards and enhancing customer satisfaction, leading to substantial revenue growth and increased market shares. In the process, he has succeeded in transforming Radico Khaitan from a bottler to a leading IMFL player in India. His unique management style has helped maintain Radico as an ethical and transparent organization with highest corporate governance standards. Dr. Khaitan has been widely recognized for his contribution in the liquor industry. He has been associated with a number of developmental projects and has represented India with several international delegations and is involved in social and educational activities across India. Next, we have among us Ms. Mita Gupta, who also work as the cusp of policy and practice across the education and skill spectrum and enjoys sharing her gleanings via her writing for a wider audience. She has been an investment banker, a researcher, an editor, a teacher, a school leader across continents, a keen observer of how economics, foreign policy, and investment affect the policy and hence practice of education. She works with leaders to design interventions that improve the quality and process of education, designing education processes to realize the potential of individual students is at center of her education philosophy. We also have among us Ms. Padma Srinivasan, uh, who is the principal of DPS RK Puram, that is Delhi Public School RK Puram, and she's popularly not known as a teacher, but a master mentor to a lot of the teachers in India. We also have among us Ms. Tripti Singhal Somani, a woman of substance, ambitious, extremely successful, and yet so humble. We know her by a myriad of roles she plays, and it's commendable to see how effortlessly she wears and juggles between all these hats with so much poise and grace. A combination rare to find. A serial entrepreneur, and one could go on talking about the positions Tripti leads. For instance, she is the CEO of KGS Advisors. She is the founder of Womennovator, member of the governing council of NISBER, that is National Institute of Entrepreneurship and Small Business Development, MSDE, chairman, Women Entrepreneurship Committee, PhD Chamber of Commerce, co-chairman, Startup Committee, PhD Chamber of Commerce, and so on. But that's something we all know. However, we don't know the real woman behind all these labels and titles that Tripti performs so effectively. We also have among us Mr. V.M. Bansal, the chairman of New Delhi Institute of Management. He has been a senior civil servant and has served Government of India, Government of Punjab, and Delhi with several public sector undertakings and the industry for 43 years at the highest levels, starting his career in 1971 as CEO of the family owned National Industries and Hind Insulated Cable Corporation in Punjab. He joined as city magistrate in Patiala and SDM Sunam in Punjab in 1974. where he is remembered for taking one of the most feared political families in Punjab. He also took over the north, India's richest Kali temple from old established Mahants at the age of 25, settled the biggest labor union strikes at Punjab State Electricity Board, having more than 80,000 employees when he was just 27, and settled flash strikes by Red Transport unions while working as the youngest additional MD at Pepsi Roadways at the age of 28. He was the special magistrate of entire Punjab in the same year. We also have among us Mr. Cliff Zingraf. Dr. Cliff Zingraf is the Chief Learning Officer at San Antonio Museum of Science and Technology, that is SAMSAT, a museum of STEM center at San Antonio, Texas, USA. He leads education efforts, helping define strategy for a museum and partnership with Port San Antonio, the Kelly Air Force Base Redevelopment Board. He is building cross-sector partnerships that serve local and citywide organizations, including many underserved students, with the aim of transforming lives of students, families, and communities, and guiding students of STEM-related careers. We also have among us Ms. Prerna Gupta. Prerna Gupta is involved in strategic initiatives of Geo Institute, Reliance Industries Limited, skilled in strategic planning, problem solving, building effective teams, seeing the larger picture, stakeholder management, operating effectively in diverse groups and situations, and critical analysis. Educated in computer science engineering, systems thinking, and general management is her expertise. We also have among us Ms. Sanjana Kalra. She has been in the education industry for 24 years. She heads the International Polytechnic for Women, which is one of the premier institutes for vocational education in the country. She provides courses in the areas of design, management, and technology. She has also been awarded the Nari Shakti Samman 2017 for outstanding work in the field of beauty and fashion by the Honorable Governor of Haryana. Next, I would like to invite Ms. Tripti Samani Singhal for her encouraging words about today's event. Over to you, Tripti. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Winnie. And I would just like to say that I want to thank all the jury members for joining us today. And as I always say, we should not take pride in contributing by cash or money. We should take pride in the time commitment and the time we give to others for their future. So I would say that Womennovator is actually a virtual incubator for women. We are very focused on helping women, not only entrepreneur, but social activists and leaders. Today, our jury will be hearing from entrepreneur, social activist, and leader from education category. We have gone to almost 30 cities by now and have done around 10 sectors. And we will keep going on. The journey has started in 2018 when we started selecting our influencers, and they actually invited different jury members and mentors to join in different 100 cities and sectors. Today with that, now we are doing a competition, which is our flagship event, which is WE Pitch competition. The whole idea is to hear women from different sectors in different cities, and like I would I'll say good luck to all the people who have joined us today, who we will be listening to, and our jury would be asking question. Again, today we are not just our existing jury listening to you, but also a lot of people, influencers from different cities and sector, would be listening to you and would be hearing what are the challenges and what you are doing, and they may get in touch with you. So good luck, everyone. I would just like to say that we should start our competition and take it forward. Yes, Vinay, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Tripti, for your words of wisdom. And I would completely echo you because it's a great day as well as an auspicious occasion for all of us because we have people joining not only from India, but also from different parts of the world. And before we move further with the competition, I would also like to introduce everyone with our influencer, Srimati Krishna Veni Kannan. She has a 15 years experience in strategic leadership, customer engagement, communications, digital strategy, HR learning and business development, policy compliance, risk management, stakeholder and project management. And she is also one of the board members with Womennovator. Now, proceeding further with the event, I hope all the participants are ready, and we will shortly be starting with uh, the names of the participants, and we will showing up their videos, their quick videos of their pitches. Now, I would request Team Womennovator to start with the videos of participants. And first among them, we have Dr. Sudha Neel Mani under the category of professional leaders. I would request the team to play the video of Dr. Vasudha.
Before we go, I would request all the jury members to please open the participants list on your software, and you can keep marking. And after the video being played, if you have any query, just raise hand and we'll go by that.
Thank you, Hariom.
So this is our first participant, everyone, Dr. Vasudha Neel Mani. Yes.
Hi, this is Dr. Vasudha Neel Mani, Principal Rockwoods International School, Udaipur. I have been an educationist for almost 30 years now. Being a lifelong learner, I still believe in studying. I completed my first level Penta Inspector training. I am a career coach and I have been doing many courses to upgrade myself. It's been 17 to 18 years into Cambridge curriculum, and out of that, 10 and 11 years into the headship of Cambridge affiliated schools. I'm also an author. I wrote a book called Gratitude, the Purpose of Life. I'm a healer, meditation practitioner, and try to do many things to bring a decisive change in my students' lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Team Womennovator. Jury members, you may kindly raise your hand and unmute yourself if you have any questions for Dr. Vasudha Neel Mani.
Dr. Vasudha Neel Mani, she's not here. We can go to the next participant. Jury member, please mark her accordingly, according to her pitch. She's not here.
Thank you, Hariom. So among the participants, next we have among us is Ms. Anu Agarwal from the category of entrepreneurs. Team, please play the video.
Good evening. I'm CA Anu Agarwal. I feel privileged to be nominated for the Womennovator Award. Talking about myself, we have been into changing the lives, turning education into revelation from past 20 years. We have more than 300 chartered accountants, and yes, now we are not only interested in training the students to become chartered accountants, but at the same time, we are helping and counseling them at the stage when they are confused what they want to do. This journey of of becoming an entrepreneur from just a chartered accountant like any other young girl. When I qualified as a CA, the aim was to become financially stable. For me, becoming a CA wasn't that difficult. In fact, it was easy. The difficult part was the lack of resources. So the first aim was that I need financial independence. But when I started working, I realized, is this what I was looking for? Or is this all what I want? And I realized, no. The knowledge which I have gained, the experience which I have needs to be shared.
Thank you, team. Jury members are requested to mark accordingly. And if at all any of the jury members has any question for Ms. Anu Agarwal, they may raise their hand and ask the question. Thank you.
Miss Anu Agarwal is here. If you have any query.
And just to recall all the jury members, the participants were given a minute to pitch about their idea of what their entrepreneurial idea is all about. So they have been given 60 seconds and they had to make that video, the pitch video, within that 60 seconds targeted. Thank you. Any questions for Ms. Anu Agarwal?
Ms. Anu, this is VM Bansal. I would like to know what kind of coaching have you done, or what kind of coaching do you think you're going to do in this sector?
First of all, good evening, Mr. Bansal. It's a pleasure answering to your question. I have been into training, and I am into training students to become chartered accountants, Indian as well as international. But from past 2 years, I have entered into the field of counseling them as to how to choose upon the career, because I find that the students have a platter in front of them now. So they are confused. So I want to get into career counseling and I'm enjoying it. So that's what I plan further off to whatever I'm doing right now.
Thank you, Anu, for answering the question. Next, we have a question from Dr. Lalit Khetan. Over to you, Dr. Khetan. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anu. Welcome here. Once, since you are in the entrepreneur category and you have trained so many chartered accountants, could you tell what percentage of these chartered accountants either enter into business or they are in profession, and how successful they are if they enter business?
First of all, namaste and good evening, sir. It's a pleasure meeting you online though. As far as my experience goes with the number of students I have trained, I would say most of the students are wanting to go into the corporate jobs, and my students especially are wanting to get into financial sectors. And yes, very few of them are venturing into business. But I personally feel that a chartered accountant is definitely, they can actually raise the bar by opening up or getting or evaluating the startups and getting into their own business. I personally feel so. But right now, what my observation is, most of my students want that financial stability. So they get into the corporate jobs soon after becoming CAs.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Dr. Khetan, and thank you, Anu, for answering the question. Now, proceeding further, the next participant we have among us is Ms. Alpi Jain in the category of professional leaders. So I would request Team Womennovator to play the video by Alpi Jain. Thank you.
Hello everyone. This is Alpi Jain, Founder Director Info Young India Private Limited. My company empowers youth, as the name very rightly suggests. In today's times, which are very, very volatile and dynamic, the students are faced with plethora of career options. My company helps them in this decision making. We have come out with a very structured career counseling process, which helps them to select the right stream of education, course and college, and much more than that. which not just provides them with a successful career, but at the same time also provides them with an employable career. In the meantime, if we count some of our achievements, we are on the panel of Tech Mahindra Foundation as their official career counselors. We are also on the panel of Sikkim government for last many years for counseling all the government students in the state of Sikkim. For last 10 years, we have counseled more than 1 lakh students. Infoyoung India is not just a profit-making.
Apologies, jury members. We'll stick to 1 minute only. We have Miss
Thank you.
Albi with us.
Thank you. If any of the jury members has a question for Ms. Alpi Jain, over to you, jury members.
What kind of questions are most of the time coming to you in Sikkim?
Yeah. Sir, good evening, sir. Very good evening to you. It's a pleasure meeting you. So Sikkim government has actually, as per the CBSE norms, has launched all 42 vocations in their schools. You know, the first CBSE offers 42 vocations. So the problem that Sikkim government was facing was that how to integrate those 42 vocations with the UGC, because our universities do not offer those kind of degrees. Suppose a student is doing biochemistry with history, those vocations do not get merged with our degrees. So that's a big problem that they were facing. So we were actually trying to solve that problem, and we actually found solution by meeting some of the private universities and the universities which were not central, like Pantnagar universities and all. We provided admissions to many of the students there. And for the class 10 students, we helped them to take a course which was easily acceptable. You know, there is a lot of discrepancy between what CBSE offers and what UGC accepts. So we were trying to help that. We were trying to cover that gap. So.
Thank you, Alpi, for answering the question, and thank you, Dr. Bansal, for your question. Any other question for Alpi?
Yeah, I have one question.
Yeah.
If we have time for it.
Yeah,
Hi,
please
Ms.
proceed.
Jain. Thank you for solving a very important problem. I think vocational studies is very important and has an important role to play in the larger ecosystem. So my question is that in the 1 lakh alumni that you have, that you've trained, how many people are you still connected with and do a career counseling, you know, lifelong kind of? Or is it only in the beginning that that you help them choose a career?
Ma'am, students come to me in the age of 9th till the age of class 12th. So when they come to us, like most of the career counselors that you have in India are normally pushing them abroad. So what we do is that, you know, focus more on Indian education, because India is offering very good courses which are not actually showcased anywhere, because Indian universities do not offer commissions and all that stuff. That is one thing. Secondly, I focus more on internships, doing courses, doing internships during their school time, which they can easily get through references. So my, journey with them ends during the first year of their education. So that is how I build it. From class 9 to class 12, I support them choosing the right course through internships and through various courses which are available online, and then taking them to the right career. Like, you know, humanities students do not know the difference between a honors in political science and psychology. So they come with a lot of different queries to us. So that is what we try to solve.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Alpi, for answering the question, and thank you, Ms. Gupta. I'm sure that was a wonderful question, and that was the need of the hour to be asked. Thank you. So proceeding further with the participants, we next with us, we have among us Dr. Meenakshi Mehta.
नमस्कार, मेरा नाम डॉक्टर मीनाक्षी मेहता है और मैं सुल्तानपुर सहारनपुर यूपी का है मेरा जन्म हुआ है और मेरे को 25 साल का एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव पोस्ट पे एक्सपीरियंस है। मैं प्रिंसिपल पद पे कार्यरत हूँ एंड इसके अलावा मैं एक एक्टिव ऑर्गेनाइजर हूँ। वुमेन एक ओरिएंटेड सेमिनार्स एंड को बहुत सारे अवार्ड्स मिले हैं, जिसमें कि जैसे ह्यूमन इकोनॉमिक फोरम से अवार्ड मिला है मुझे एंड फरीदाबाद लेडीज़ क्लब ने भी मेरे को अवार्ड दिए हैं। और उसके अलावा मैं डॉक्टर सरोजनी नायडू इंटरनेशनल अवार्डी भी हूँ। उसके अलावा मेरे बहुत सारे इंटरव्यू पब्लिश हो चुके हैं न्यूज़पेपर में, मैगजीन्स में। मेरी लाइफ स्टोरी को कवर किया गया है एंड इसके अलावा भी बहुत सारे काम हैं। और इस वक्त बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, team. Over to the jury members. If at all we have any question for Dr. Meenakshi Mehta.
We have Ms. Meenakshi Mehta with us.
Okay. I presume that there is no question for Dr. Meenakshi Mehta. So proceeding further with the participants, next among us we have Masminal Gupta in the category of entrepreneur. So I would request the team to play the video of Masminal Gupta. Thank you.
Namaste. I am Meenal Gupta. I have compiled and published inspirational on themes and other topics that concern. My project is about reaching timeless wisdom from the great master. I have achieved this by spending the last 25 years reading and researching cultures around the world to extract knowledge that I believe to be relevant. The project has been blessed by some of the most renowned. My series on marriage wisdom has come. First two volumes are already in print and rest are in the pipeline. The first volume on marriage was received Gold Award from the Non-Profit Association of America in 2020. My book series is titled Timeless Wisdom and is published by my own publishing house. I have about 25 more titles to offer to the world, and I hope this will convey within them to offer practical guidance and clear doubt so that the generations to come can lead more peaceful and fulfilling lives. Jai Hind.
Thank you, team. Over to the jury members. If at all we have any questions for Ms. Meenal Gupta from any of the jury members.
We have Ms. Mita Gupta with us.
कुछ खाना भिजवाते यार, यहाँ तो बहुत देर लगेगी, अभी 6 बजे तक भूख लग गई बड़ी। हेलो
Hello. Hello, is there any question? I was unable to hear.
Do you remember? Do we have any questions for Ms. Meenal Gupta?
Yes, Lalit sir. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, but I could not hear or understand anything because
Yes.
the video was not good. So I don't know what the other jury feel. Well, it will be unfair for us to give marking, without knowing what she's saying.
Yes, I agree with you because at present even I could not hear, but the video which was submitted was okay. I think there is some problem with the transmission.
Yeah, so nothing was audible.
I think they can either replay the video or.
I would request the team to replay the video in case the jury members were not able to listen to the video voice. And if at all the problem reoccurs, I would request Ms. Meenal Gupta to kindly explain the pitching.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right. So team Womennovator, over to you if we can replay the video. Thank you.
Namaste. I am Meenal Gupta. I have compiled and published inspirational books on themes such as friendship, marriage, parenting, death, and other topics that concern daily life. My project is about reaching timeless wisdom from the great masters to the modern generation. I have achieved this by spending the last 25 years reading and researching books from various cultures around the world to extract knowledge that I believe to be universally relevant. The project has been blessed by some of the most renowned masters of present times. My series on marriage wisdom has 9 books. First 2 volumes are already in print and rest are in the pipeline. The first volume on marriage has received a Gold Award from the Non-Fiction Authors Association of America in 2020. My book series is titled Timeless Wisdom and is published under my own publishing house. I have about 25 more titles to offer to the world, and I hope the wisdom contained within them will offer practical guidance and help clear doubt so that the generations to come can lead more peaceful and fulfilling lives.
Thank you, team. I think now the video was quite audible. And now, if at all we have any questions for Ms. Masminal Gupta, we may proceed with the jury members. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Cliff, go ahead.
Hello, thank you. It's very good to hear about your book. I did understand it much better, but would be interested in you explaining a little bit more the topic, which I did not completely catch, the topic of the book.
My series is called Timeless Wisdom Series, and this has more than 25 titles which concern our daily life. Like, starting with friendship, then there are 9 books on marriage wisdom, then there are a few books on parenting, then there is suffering, death, ego and humility, anger and forgiveness, such topics which concern our daily lives.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gupta, for answering the question, and thank you, Mr. Zingraf, for asking the question. Do we have any more questions for Ms. Masminal Gupta?
Yes, Mr. Bansal, sir.
I would like, which was the most cherished, most sought after book out of all these? Because you tried to touch different aspects in all of them. Which one was the biggest in demand?
You mean to say in demand, you mean to say the marketing part of it?
Yeah.
See, frankly speaking, some of these books, 3 of my titles are available on Amazon at present, but I have not had much success with marketing, so that has been one aspect in which I solicit help. These books are self-published by me, but I have not been able to go ahead with the marketing or promotion of these books very well.
Which you feel is the most useful, which you feel should be the most useful to people?
I feel marriage wisdom should be most useful, because it has a lot of information from the great masters on various aspects of relationships of all kinds, not only between husband and wife, but even, between family, between in-laws. So I think that will be a very useful series. And then, of course, parenting is going to be another very, very useful series, because that has got 4 books on various aspects of parenting, which I feel is very much required these days.
Thank you, Mr. Gupta, for answering the question, and thank you, Dr. Bansal, for your question. Do we have any more questions for Ms. Gupta? Thank you. Well, I must say that yes, the 3 W's of our lives, that is the wisdom, wealth, and wellness, are key important parameters to live a happy life. Now, proceeding further with the list of participants, next among us, we have Ms. Nisha Jain Grover under the category of entrepreneurs.
Hi there, I am Nisha Jain Grover from Mumbai, presently settled in Jaipur. I am a daughter-in-law, a professional, a mother of 3 amazing kids. I am 44 years old. Since childhood, I always thought why people around us respond and react differently. What makes each one of us different? And here I am. I am a practicing counselor psychologist. I have trained almost 20,000 teachers, about 5,000 students, 8,000 professionals, and have taken about 800 workshops on parenting and growth mindset. I am here today with you all, or rather I want to be with you all, to break some stereotypes on beauty, fashion, marriage, and femininity. Thank you so much.
Jury members, do we have any questions for Ms. Nisha Jain Grover?
Ms. Nisha Jain Grover is not here now, so we'll move to the next participant.
Perfect. I would request the jury members to mark accordingly and keep, just in the interest of everyone's time, kindly keep marking the participants. Thank you. Now, proceeding further with the participants, next among us, we have Ms. Nishrin Rupawalla under the category of professional leaders.
Hello everyone, I'm Nishrin Rupawalla, a language expert that I pride myself in calling the influencer, guide and motivator. So a little bit about my journey. I worked in a corporate 9-to-5 job and in an institute where I took up on my first 2 expat students. Well, I did not. It was a challenge because that time I was given a challenge by my boss, my superior, where he said that either I take up these 2 girls or I quit the job. So, well, my challenges began at that very moment because I knew not a word of French and they knew not a word of English. Well, it was the beginning of my journey, beautiful journey for 6 months. But post 6 months, as I was expecting my second baby, I had to take up a decision of quitting up my job and giving it all up. Well, I gave it all up without a thought, not of, that I would begin again. I had no idea. But post 6 months, they say, when you're passionate about something, it always comes back to you. My 2 students came to see my baby and they said they were waiting for me and they would like me to begin my classes. So there I started my first classes by myself.
Thank you, team. So do we have any questions for Ms. Nishrin Rupawalla?
Yes, so she's here. Can we have more questions from jury members?
Hello.
Yes,
Yes, if we could just ask her to expand on the product and solution and market, since we did not get to it in the video, that would be very helpful.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Zindra, for your question. Over to you, Ms. Nishrin.
Thank you, Mr. Cliff. It's an honor to answer your question. I know the video was cut down, but just a little bit. I am basically into training expat women or women who have a problem with languages, and because they make a transition to the different country, it becomes an adaptation, and how they kind of adapt themselves because of the language problems. So it is, I do no kind of marketing as such. It's just happening through the word of mouth, because the time when I started, we had no social media or nothing to, help me. So it just went with word of mouth. So that's how I progressed. And today I have taught around 134 women across around 32 countries around the world. So it's just been a journey of women with women, I would say.
Thank you.
Thank you. So do we have more questions for Ms. Nishrin?
Yes, Mr. Lalit, go ahead.
One supplementary question. You said you have 32 countries around the world and all that, so they would be all different languages. So how would you manage different languages, number one? Number two, they would be going to different countries again with a different language. So as an individual, what kind of knowledge of various languages you have, or how do you manage, please?
No, I teach only 2 languages. One is a global language, that's English, and one is Hindi, because I think when they come to India, I want them to adapt to my country, showcase my culture, my heritage, take them with the memories of my country, so which they can cherish. So when they go back from my country, it's really, it's something which fills me with pride to say, they wear saris, they have chai, they create food culture. So I think it's just not about educating about the language, it's also educating them about the culture. So basically I only teach 2 languages. One is the global language and one is Hindi. So which I think helps them wherever it goes, because English, I think, connects everybody.
Thank you, Ms. Nishrin, for answering the question, and thank you, Dr. Ketan, for the question. I also have one question, if the jury members permit. That is not a question, though, Ms. Nishrin, because I have been a language coach by myself. So I just wanted a tip from your side, how to avoid the MTIs, the mother tongue influence.
The mother tongue influence. Well, the mother tongue influence, I would say that it's not very easy to kind of remove the mother tongue influence in, of any language. And I think one should be proud of your language. It's just that when you adapt any language, speak it with confidence and speak it with, and look at the person and speak it. It doesn't matter whether you're, and of course, we can never neutralize an accent to, 100%. I think every language expert knows about that. But it's just with the confidence that you speak a language, and be proud of your mother tongue, no matter what it is.
Well, thank you for this wonderful tip. Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
Proceeding further with the list of participants, next among us, we have Ms. Shalini Jain under the category of entrepreneurs.
Hi, I'm Shalini Jain, founder of Celebrating Careers. Celebrating Careers is an organization that helps people pan age, right from class 8 student to a person planning retirement, on the career journey. The career journey includes a lot of decisions, right from deciding a subject to deciding a college to deciding the type of profession, the work profile, the position, the switch that you want to make today if you want to shift from one career to another. I started this organization with a dream that I don't want any of my youngsters to go through the problems that I went through. We cannot make a decision today the way that we made the decision 10 years before. 10 years we used to make decisions on the basis of subjects. Today you can't do that. Careers have changed a lot. The meanings, the definitions, and the arena has changed. So today we have to look into the careers and also our individual needs, because a U-turn is a very difficult one today. Also, there's a lot of added peer pressure. So this is the biggest challenge that I face every day. And also, counseling is a taboo. People don't like asking experts for help, especially they feel that it's easier for them to make their own decision. So I'm overcoming this challenge by spreading awareness. I'm helping people give good career advices that also increases a lot of their confidence in an expert advice, how much it will help them in the future. Because if obviously the career decision goes wrong, they regret it very late and it becomes so late. So I hope I bring this necessary change in India and we all make good career decisions and land into the right place and right job. Thank you.
How do they reach you? And how many people do you think reach you every day or every month?
Hi, sir. Thank you for this opportunity. This is the first time I'm meeting many people on a national event. So it's just been 2.5 years, and I'll tell you, I just took that Silicon Valley principle. If my product is good, people will reach me. If it doesn't work, then I should let go of my work. So I just valued their reviews and I asked them to write their personal experiences on Google. And I think when people read the stories of other people who are going through the same challenges, they understand. And second is, when they call me, there is no other person they talk to. I talk to them. I ensure, number one, that they are feeling better at the same moment of time, because it's not something which is a life-threatening situation. Today in India, career has become a negative word. People think that if career goes wrong, everything goes wrong. And actually it does go wrong, because mental health is the first thing that comes into place. So the first thing I make them understand it is a it's a solution oriented thing. And you just need to give some time and research on it. And I, as a guide and a mentor, help them do that. So they just need to give it some time, effort, research.
Sorry, Ms. Loni, I was asking, how do they know, how do they reach you? Just one.
Yeah, from Google reviews. From Google reviews.
That's all. That's what. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bansal, for your wonderful question, and thank you, Shalini, for answering it. Do we have more questions for Ms. Shalini Jain? Okay, I assume it as a no. Now proceeding further with the list of participants. Next among us, we have Ms. Shalini Srivastava under the category of professional leaders. Meanwhile, I would request the judges to keep marking the participants accordingly. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. I am Dr. Shalini Srivastava, and thank you, Womennovator, for giving me this opportunity to be a part of this organization. And I am a faculty in Amity University. My area of interest is finance and marketing. I am involved into business intelligence, research, methodology, and other areas which are basically dealing with the current trends of research in the industry. I believe in not only teaching, but I believe in mentoring the people. I believe in guiding and supporting them in a way that students should be able to, relate their study material with the current research topics and with the current cases, what is happening in the market. So I believe more of a practical study than, in the what is there, the concept in the book. Womennovator is an amazing organization.
Thank you, team, for playing the video. And I would request the jury members, if at all they have a question for Dr. Shalini Srivastava.
She's not here yet, so we'll go to the next participant.
Perfect. Thank you, Hariom. Proceeding further with the list of participants. Next among us, we have Ms. Shiba Thapar under the category of professional leaders.
Women are equally important in society as men are. They are the backbone for a progressing nation. I feel myself lucky and thank God to be born as a woman. Well, I'm Shiba Thapar, an educationist for 24 years. Qualification-wise, MSc Mathematics, B.Ed, and a pass out from St. Stephen's College, Delhi University. Currently, working as a headmistress in St. Xavier High School, Sector 49, Gurgaon. I love to spend my time playing piano and keeping myself fit by eating a healthy diet and morning workouts. In this pandemic, the major pressure was on the women. When everything came to a standstill, I was working round the clock, managing work, home, kids, and all without any extra help. Education industry had never been impacted like this in the past. Not since World War II, when many countries around the world have seen schools and educational institutions go into lockdown at the same time and for the same reason. In a world where now knowledge is a mouse.
Thank you, team, for playing the playing the video. So do we have any questions for Ms. Shalini Srivastava? Oh, sorry, Ms. Shiba Thapar.
This is Shiba Thapar, yes.
Sorry. Apologies. I was on my previous list.
No problem.
Any questions, jury members?
I think yes, we have a question from Ms. Mita Gupta. Yes, over to you, Mita ma'am. Team, can we unmute Mita ma'am? I think Mita ma'am has a question for Ms. Shiba Thapar.
That's right. Yeah. Hi, very quick question. In your practice as a teacher and as a school leader, where do you see your greatest impact? Just would like to hear a little bit on your greatest impact. Thank you.
Definitely, ma'am. It's such a pleasure to receive a question from another educationist. Thank you so much. Ma'am, I believe as a leader, the most important part comes when you're building a team, which I feel is your asset. Because once you have a team which is, a powerful team which can, you can look up to, I don't think so there's going to be any challenge. Apart from a good team, because, I've been into education and I have also been as a teacher. I see myself, 10, 12 years back in history. So I see what kind of a feeling that a teacher has. So a leader should be approachable to the team members. Secondly, they should always be look up to her. If it comes to any tiniest of, I think it's very important to be in the classes, to be at the level of a teacher, what the children want. And of course, with the new changing times, we need to be updated with the knowledge. I feel that is something which is very important. And secondly, of course, with the tiny tots and of course with the middle school, it's the parent connect. So I believe it's the team building and the parent connect which is equally important. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mita ma'am, for a wonderful question, and thank you, Ms. Thapar, for answering the question.
Pleasure, sir.
Till now, listening to all the participants, I remember a proverb which is being said by my mother. She always used to say to me that, talking about Indian women, she always says, "Phool nahi chingari hai, ye Bharat ki nari hai." So, proceeding further with the list of participants, next among us, we have Ms. Sheila Kishore Patil under the category of entrepreneurs.
Hello, my name is Sheila Kishore Patil. By education, I am an engineer, and by profession, I am a senior counselor for Balaji Talkins Institute of Creative Excellence. I help and make a difference in lives of aspiring candidates who wants to make a successful career in media and entertainment industry by connecting them to the most reliable and successful brand of Ekta Ma'am's Balaji Talkins. I am a proud mother of 3 children and glad to be a woman. And I wish lots of love, happiness, and success to all the superwomen of Womennovator. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, team, for playing the video. So, to the jury members, do we have any questions for Ms. Sheila Kishore Patil? Okay, I assume the silence as no. Proceeding further with the list of participants, next among us, we have Ms. Shweta Jain under the category of entrepreneurs.
Hello everyone, this is Shweta Jain. I am a chartered accountant, company secretary, and an aspiring cost and management accountant. I am also the founder person of Kidzopedia Club, which is a women's only book reading club operating in multiple cities across India. We are a brainstorming community where we feel 10 minutes of your time daily for an activity which is mentally stimulating can do wonders for your life. हम एक कंप्लेन जो है कॉमनली बहुत ज़्यादा विमेन से सुनते हैं कि हमारे पास में तो टाइम ही नहीं है, हमें कुछ दूसरा, कुछ अलग, कुछ नया करने के लिए फुर्सत ही कहाँ है। तो हम आपसे कहते हैं, आप कुछ नहीं, 5 मिनट का टाइम हमें दीजिए और अपने लाइफ में एक फिनोमिनल चेंज एक्सपीरियंस कीजिए। इसके लिए मल्टीपल सिटीज़ में हमारे मीटअप्स होते हैं और इन मीटअप्स में हम लोग पावर स्पीकर्स इन्वाइट करते हैं जो डिफरेंट स्टार्टर्स ऑफ लाइफ है, वहाँ से आते हैं और आपको इंस्पायर करते हैं। We are into book donations, book charity, and a lot more into it. Thank you.
Thank you, team, for playing the video. Do we have any questions for Ms. Shweta Jain? Her video was under the category of entrepreneurs. Over to the jury members. Do we have any questions? Okay, I assume the silence as no.
No, just
so
a minute. When I think Mr. Khetan also has a question, and I also do. So, sir, why don't you go first?
Thank you very much. Actually, it's always ladies first, so I think you should go ahead first.
Thank you, sir. Hi, Shweta. I think books are very important, and I'm glad that you're doing it in multiple cities across the country. So I just wanted to experience what you do in 5 minutes. If you can just, give us sort of a rundown of what do those 5 minutes that you take from women around the country, what does it look like? You can give us an experience, please.
Yeah, thank you such for a wonderful question. I guess that's the entire point wherein Kidzopedia Club comes into picture. अगर मैं आपसे दिन के 15 मिनट मांगू, 20 मिनट मांगू, तो आप हमेशा कहेंगे कि मेरे पास में इतना टाइम नहीं है। हम आपसे ये कहते हैं कि आप ऐसी कॉमन जगहों पे अपनी बुक्स रखिए जो आपके लिए विजिबल है। दिन की अगर आपने 5 मिनट निकाले, 5 से 10 मिनट मैक्सिमम आपने निकाले और आपने एक पेज पढ़ लिया, तो कहीं ना कहीं वहां पे वो स्टोरी आपसे कनेक्ट हो जाती है और आप उस 10 मिनट के लिए अपन भूल जाते हैं कि हम दूसरा क्या कर रहे हैं। and because of which your mind diverts to what is interesting, what is happening around the world. Our books are chosen differently. हम लोग global चीजों पे बात करते हैं, हम लोग जो World War II के टाइम की situation है उस पे बात करते हैं, जैसे last lecture है, we also talk about the henna artist which talks about the Rajput culture. तो ये informative है, mentally stimulating है, और इसके लिए आपको अपने घर से कहीं move करने की जरूरत नहीं है. We go for meetups once in a month, that too 1 hour. कीपिंग इन माइंड कि जो वुमेन स्ट्राटा है उनके पास में टाइम की हमेशा शॉर्टेज होती है. सो therein we say that 5 minutes daily and an hour in a month, that's it. And since you mentioned about a lot of cities, so we are targeting both tier 2 and 3 tier cities also, and also cosmopolitan cities like Pune, Mumbai, Delhi, Nagpur, and Rajkot, Jamnagar, Satara, and I think so. I hope I have not left a city around, but then these are a couple of cities we are operating currently.
Yes, Mr. Cliff, go ahead.
Yeah, you see, I think you are doing a wonderful work, particularly for the books, because nowadays hardly very few people read books. They are more on the net and all that.
Definitely, sir.
First point is how many cities you are in. That is number one. Number two, how many members you have. And number three, when you are discussing this 1 hour a month, is it all cities combined together, or it is 1 hour for each city? And also, you have started this work also. How many years now?
So this particular entire concept was in my mind since my childhood. But yes, I would agree to the point जहाँ पे मुझे हमेशा ऐसा लगता था that sooner or later I'll get free in life and I'll do that. So I went for my brother's convocation in US, and therein when I saw the entire line of work, I saw almost, I would say, a sir who was aged around 65 or 70, and he was walking up to the dean. So I suddenly felt that my dream of starting this book club with a basic, I think so, I need to wait till then. And suddenly 2-3 numbers after that, I saw a woman with a young child of like 3 or 4 months walking up to the dean. And that time tears started coming down my eyes. I was like, what am I waiting for? I came down to India, and that was it. Within 3 days, everything was done, set, and we started going. Our meetup are every city, one meetup, wherein we have appointed a person. Since we are a non-profit initiative, a lot of times people have reached us to us on Instagram and Facebook and said that we want to take this vision forward. And there are my friends across cities who have helped me. And about the cities, because tomorrow on the on 8th rather, I would say, on account of Women's Day, we are going to announce 2 more cities, that is Satara and Delhi. We are coming to Delhi also, and Satara. So at this point, if I again go for the name of the places we are currently operating, and trust me, when I started this, I never knew that this is going to go multi-city. It went multi-city because of the love we have received. So we started from Pune, then we went to Delhi, we went to Mumbai, then Nagpur, Rajkot, Jamnagar, then Satara, Delhi, which are being announced tomorrow, and also in the pipeline we have Ahmedabad, but which is still not yet finalized. And meetups are always offline just because of the pandemic situation. 2020 we went to ऑनलाइन मीटअप्स, बट आई टोटली बिलीव हर सिटी का एक मीटअप होता है, उसमें ही आप लोग के डिस्कशंस होते हैं, प्लान अप होते हैं, बुक से रिलेटेड एक्टिविटीज होती है. जैसी बुक है वैसा एक्टिविटी पहले हम लोग डिसाइड करते हैं, और हमारा बुक रिव्यू पैनल है जो ऑल ओवर इंडिया के बुक ब्लॉगर्स हैं, वो उसमें कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं कि कौन सी बुक वैल्यू एडिंग होनी चाहिए है. जो रीडर है, बिकॉज दे आर वुमेन रीडर्स, दे आर टेकिंग आउट दोस 5-10 मिनट्स व्हिच आर क्रूशियल, उनके लिए हम लोग स्पेसिफिकली वी थिंक अ लॉट ऑन व्हाट शुड बी आवर बुक ऑफ द मंथ.
I think next question is by Mr. Cliff.
Yes.
Just the age group that is in your book club.
So we have girls who are 14, 15 to going up to the oldest member we have is 85.
Okay.
We are open for all. We are open for all.
Open for all. Very good. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Cliff, and thank you, Shweta, for answering all the questions. Next, among the participants, we have Ms. Sonia Pabbi under the category of entrepreneurs.
Good morning, viewers. I am Sonia Pabbi. I am working as a Vice Principal at Bhavan Vidyalaya, Sector 15, Panchkula. I joined this institution in the year 1999 as a commerce faculty and thereby my journey started from a commerce teacher to a coordinator and then to a vice principal, the present post. I have been in the field of education for more than 23 years and have an exposure of almost all the administrative activities of an institution. What I believe is that every child is unique and we should celebrate the uniqueness of each one of them. And my vision for my profession as well as for my children is to make my institution a place of learning whereby we would produce global citizens who would be well equipped with all the 21st century skills required and who would be not only well placed in their professions but also in their personal lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you, team. Jury members, do we have any question for Ms. Sonia Pabbi? Yes, Mr. Clay.
I thank you for your presentation. I appreciate the idea of 21st century skills. I believe you're under the category of entrepreneur, and I'm wondering if there's a specific solution that you are bringing to the table, or if it's more general.
Namaste, Mr. Cliff. First of all, I would like to request to the team here that I think I fall under the category of professional leader, not entrepreneurship. This is what I think I have been hearing to all the candidates. So might be by mistake, if I'm not wrong. Mr. Vinay?
Well, Ms. Sonia, I think the list which I have got, the category here mentioned is the entrepreneurs, but I'll surely get it rectified ASAP with the team. Thank you.
Yeah, and now Mr. Cliff, please, if you can just put up the question once again.
Well, you've actually answered my question. I will adapt my scoring appropriately for the category that you believe you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've done a good job of explaining it based on your category. Thank you.
Fine, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Cliff. The jury members, do we have any more questions for Ms. Sonia? Okay, I assume there are no more questions. So proceeding further with the, thank you, Ms. Sonia. Proceeding further with the list of participants, next among us we have Ms. Vidya Pingle under the category of professional leaders.
Hello everybody, I'm Vidya Pingle from Nasik, a game changer and career strategist with more than 3 decades of experience in teaching German as a foreign language. I'm the founder director of Gurukul, a concept to intensively learn German. This is the application of the ancient Indian system of learning to learning a foreign language. We've had students living with us and learning intensively and cutting down the learning time by more than half. Currently, German language courses are being offered online. I have more than 10 years of experience in online teaching. We deploy a variety of tools and techniques to make learning an interesting experience. I've been honored with a couple of awards at the state and national level for my services as an exemplary teacher. I have taught at 4 universities, a couple of colleges, and also in schools. My field is relatively unknown to many. I have helped close to 1,000 students to go to Germany for higher studies or even jobs. Germany is currently having a good scope in a wide range of vocations and professions.
Thank you, Team Womennovator, for playing the video. Over to the jury members, if at all we have any questions for Ms. Vidya Pingle. Do we have any questions for Ms. Vidya Pingle? I assume there are no more questions. So if the jury members allow me, I have a question for Ms. Vidya Pingle. On behalf of the jury members itself, I would like to ask this question. So Ms. Pingle, how would you differentiate between the standard classroom teaching and experiential learning?
Experiential, hello Vinay, and thank you jury for this question. Experiential learning is actually what helps, because unless you do it, you don't get into the nitty-gritties of it, and then there is no learning. So to learn well, experiential learning is, in my opinion, the only way, and that's what we did at the Gurukul. And also, even when I'm teaching online, I try to bring in through, let us say, ThingLink and various other tools, this sort of experiential learning to the students.
Thank you, Ms. Pingle, for answering the question.
Thank you all for the question, and thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. So now moving ahead to the last participant in the list, we have among us Ms. Yashodra Patil under the category of entrepreneur.
Hello everyone, I'm Yashodra Patil, founder of Kidzopedia. So Kidzopedia is one of kind aggregator that bridges the gap between the parents and the after school activities. Started with an aim to democratize this non-academic sector. We do listing on our portal of all the institution after school activities, and parents search all these activities within a second. So here we do lead generation for these institutions. We are providing the leads to their businesses, and also we are helping parents. We are solving their pain points, as parents are already in constant search of innovative and interactive activities for their children. So we cater to the age group 2 to 18 years on our portal Kidzopedia. Thank you.
Thank you, team. Over to the jury members, if at all we have any questions for Mr. Yashodra Patil.
What innovation are you doing into this field different from others?
Thank you, Dr. Bansal, for your question. So do we have Mr. Yashodra Patil to answer this?
Yeah, hi, good evening, everyone. So I just missed the question. Can you repeat once again?
I'm saying what different things are you doing than all other people doing similar thing into this field? Any different innovation that you're doing?
Sir, as of now, if we talk about the platform where parents can search after school activities for their kids, for the Delhi NCR region, so there is not even a single portal. So we have created a portal where we are doing all the listing of after school activities on our portal. As of now, we have listed down more than 500 academies, and parents from nearby location, they search the activities, they put couple of filters on our portal, and they get the all details of the institutions, and they enroll the kid at single point of access. They don't need to go to Just Dial, they don't need to go any other platform.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Cliff, go ahead.
Yes, if I may, thank you for your presentation. That was very clear. I compliment you on the clarity of your presentation, and I work in a similar space. Creating awareness of existing programs is a very important thing to do. I am wondering, you said ages 2 to 18. Have you given any additional thought, or in your own marketing or outreach efforts, is there any more targeting of the group? You know, what kinds of parents and students you're trying to reach?
I just missed the last point. Please repeat. There was network issue.
Essentially, it's whether you have any targeting of a particular group with your product. Are you trying to reach a particular group of parents or students?
Not as such we are catering any particular group. if I talk about the after school activities, we do cater dance academies. We do provide the lead generation to the art and craft activities, handwriting classes, tuition classes, institution, sports activities. So all these activities we are catering. And as far as the activity is concerned, so we have academies for such a for such activities, and we do listing on our portal, on our Kidzopedia website. We do have website where we do create short catalog for the academies. We do put pictures, their description, their email ID, their phone number, their charges, tuition fees, their institute strength, teacher student ratio. That's how we create short catalog for each academy. And parents come to our portal if they are looking for play schools, so they go through to play school category. If they want to go, get their child enrolled for the art and craft activities, they search for the art and craft institutions. So that's how we are bridging the gap between the academies and the parents.
Yeah, very good, thank you.
It is our startup. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Patil, for answering the question. So do we have any more questions for Ms. Patil? Yeah, I assume the silence as no. So that is all from the participants. Thank you all the jury members, and I would request again the jury members to mark the participants accordingly. And of course, the winners will be declared later after the competition and after the event, and they will surely be let know. So now I would like to invite the influencer for today's event and the board member of Womennovator, Ms. Krishna Veni Kannan, for her concluding remarks, followed by the vote of thanks.
Hello. Good evening, all. I'm glad to meet all of you and all women entrepreneurs who are into education field. I started my career as a tutor, and then I'm also doing Maha Learning. Is our education concern, where we do online content in our own LMS. Our portal has more than 5,000 audio visuals, virtual labs, and we were one of the empaneled agency for CBSE from 2000 to 16. We involve ourselves in capacity building program. Now we are currently doing NEET and JEE academy, and we are starting an academy for all entrance examination courses and also for study abroad programs. So I'm really feeling proud and happy to be part of this initiative, where we have noted all the points. I congratulate all the participants for their wonderful, we have noted, I have personally noted every person's thing, and I have been silently watching this. I will share this with our Womennovator team, and I really thank one and all the members here to patiently hear for more than 1 hour of your dedicated time for this purpose. I thank all the jury members. Right now, I'll just take the name of everyone. 1 minute. I thank Mr. Lalit Ketan, Ms. Mita Gupta, Ms. Padma Srinivasan, Mr. V.M. Bansal, and Mr. Gupta, Ms. Sanjana Kalra, and the moderator, and Ms. Triti Sinhal, for giving me this wonderful opportunity, and the moderator, Ms. Vinay. And have a wonderful evening. We look forward for more competitions like this. This is very encouraging, and women entrepreneurs, so many women entrepreneurs as education and educationalists. I'm very happy to see you and wish you all a very happy evening and Women's Day. Women's Day wishes to all of you. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful, inspiring words of wisdom. So before we give a halt to today's event, I would request the jury members to give a one-liner concluding remark for today's event, starting from Dr. Lalit Khetan.
Well, thank you very much. The most important thing was that there are fresh entrepreneurs not knowing where the target is, whether they will succeed or not. So I'd like to conclude by saying a शायरी. डर मुझे भी लगा था फासला देखकर, डर मुझे भी लगा था फासला देखकर, पर मैं बढ़ता चला गया रास्ता देखकर, खुद ब खुद आने लगी करीब मेरे, खुद ब खुद आने लगी करीब मेरे, मंजिल मरी मेरा हौसला देखकर. So every participant seeing their bravery, share their guts, and all women, so I know the kind of problem they would have with in-laws, with their children, with so many things. And though to succeed like this, I will only like to salute them and God bless them all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Lalit Khetan. These motivational words really charged me up in person. And I completely echo your statement. And I would just like to add on to your शायरी कि सारी धरा साथ दे तो और बात है, लेकिन अगर आप साथ दें तो और बात है. चलने को तो एक पांव से भी चल पड़ते हैं लोग, चलने को तो एक पांव से भी चल पड़ते हैं लोग, लेकिन अगर दूसरा भी साथ दे तो और बात है. And I think in terms of supporting and in terms of overall incubation process, Womennovator and all the jury members are doing a tremendous job. So thank you so much. So next, I would request Ms. Mita Gupta for a one-liner concluding remark for today's event.
She's not here right now, so we'll go to next jury member.
Okay. I would request Padma ma'am for her concluding remark. Do we have Padma ma'am among us?
So definitely. It was a pleasure being with these women who are making an effort to reach out to others in society and also make their own mark, create their own space. On this Women's Day, we do know that it is a Herculean task for a woman to achieve even the smallest steps. But in the 21st century, it has been a lot easier for us. And kudos to all the women who are making their mark in society and whichever field they have embarked upon. Congratulations to one and all, whether anybody is a winner of this award or not is immaterial. The fact that you have attempted is in itself a success. Thanks.
Well, thank you so much, ma'am. And I completely echo. I personally speaking about myself, I see every woman as Ashtbhujadari. Thank you, ma'am. So next, I would request Dr. V.M. Bansal to state the concluding remarks for today's event.
It has been really remarkable. I'm very happy to be here. And you just feel that the future belongs to them. The kind of innovation they're doing, the kind of energy they're putting, the kind of new thoughts they're bringing on the table, and the kind of perseverance they're bringing in. All the very best to them. We are all looking for a bright future for all of them.
Thank you so much, sir, for the inspiring words. I would request Mr. Cliff Zingraf for his concluding remarks over the event. Over to you, Mr. Cliff.
Thank you for inviting me today. And I just want to say to all the presenters, it is obvious when one is in the middle of people, among people who are trying to change the world. And that is always a pleasure to be amid those people. Now, to me, anytime leaders and entrepreneurs present, it is a learning opportunity. And if I may share, I believe the learning opportunity of the day may be to make sure that your main points are made within the first 30 seconds of your video. Several of you, we were not able to get the full story. I think that is a learning that you can take away from this. I hope you all will permit me to share that opinion, and I wish to close with my opening comment. The main thing is you are out there changing the world. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here with you today.
Thank you so much, Mr. Cliff, and it was glad listening to you. And I must say personally that all the questions coming to you were really fruitful for all of us. Thank you. So next, I would request Ms. Prerna Gupta for her concluding remarks over the event.
Thank you, Vinay, and thank you everyone for this opportunity. There's not really much left to be said after all the dignitaries and my fellow jury members. But I would just say that women are educators by their nature. They've been a mother is the first educator. They're caring and they're nurturing, and it's so amazing to see so many women going out there and nurturing and caring and educating, in their own way, and bringing it to their communities, bringing it to their region. More power to you, and I hope that you inspire many other women around you, because this century is for the women. Thank you.
Well, I completely agree to your statement, Ms. Gupta. I completely agree. Thank you, Ms. Gupta. Next, I would request Ms. Sanjana Kalra for her concluding remarks over the event.
Ms. Sanjana Kalra, she is not here.
Okay. Thank you. Now, I would also request Ms. Tripti Singhal Somani for the concluding remarks over the event. Any one-liner important point about today's event occurrence? Thank you.
She's not here. On her behalf, we at Womennovator thank you all jury members for investing their valuable time, for listening to our pitches and giving parts to our participants. So thank you all.
Thank you. Before Hariom, I'm sorry to interrupt. Before we conclude and before we give a halt to today's event, I would request again Ms. Kannan to give one positive adjective for today's event. Do we have Ms. Krishnaveni Kannan?
No, she left.
Okay. Thank you. So that is it for from our side, from Team Womennovator. Thank you all for joining in and sparing out your valuable, priceless time. And thank you all. Thank you. That's it. Thank you.